Hi, I'd like to point out that this visual has nothing to do with what I'm going to talk about, which is something that I've trouble coming to terms with for the longest time. That is how society perpetuates itself. Coming from the point of an atheist, I understand that religion has a large part to do with perpetuating society as we know it, even today. Um, So, and religion, being an atheist, I think religion is, you know, is born of ignorance, and it is a tool that society uses to perpetuate itself. I'm not saying that society is some entity with some consciousness, but it's just saying like as a whole. And this is where I had my revelation from. It's like not think of society as it is made of individuals, but think of it rather as an entity, strangely, that its only interest is to perpetuate itself and preserve itself, basically. So, a human society, of course. So, when it comes to questions such as like human rights, rights granted to individuals, which are God-given, quote unquote. I think there's no such thing. It is, of course, non-existent, the entity of God. But think of these charities, and these human rights can only exist when society is affluent and able and can afford to be generous, to the have-nots of the society. So these rights are definitely not so-called unalienable. It can be alienated when the society cannot sustain itself with such luxuries. So if you think of society as an organism that is selfish and wants to perpetuate itself, which is right, because ultimately individuals cannot exist by ourselves. We cannot exist as one person. We need to belong to society and use vehicles and infrastructures of society to exist at this point of evolution of Homo sapiens. Well, this is my revelation, and I think of it as speaking too long, but I think to sum it up is that not think of society is interested in taking care of you as much as it is interested of taking care of itself and preserving and perpetuating itself, and for what, of course, we do not know, and I cannot tell you.